Welcome back to Football Daily, where today we're running through 10 players who are destined to become club legends part 2. Remember, the most liked comment will get read out on this week's Sunday Vibe, so leave your thoughts down below. Let's have it. 10. Kieran Tierney. Despite only joining Arsenal a little over 2 years ago from Celtic in a €29 million deal, such is the strength of feeling towards Kieran Tierney, he more than any other Arsenal player feels the closest to club legend status. With Aubameyang's lean spell in front of goal continuing, Smith Rowe and Saka just 21 and 20, and Lacazette and Xhaka's popularity undulating with the club's fortunes, there isn't much competition right now in Arteta's squad, to be fair. Despite arriving injured, delaying his debut till late September 2019 and missing a further 28 games since, when fit, Tierney's attitude and ability has shone through. Across his 27 Premier League appearances last term, he contributed 1 goal and 3 assists, with Willian and Smith Rowe the only players to lay on more goals, while he also ranked 4th for progressive carries, 3rd for clearances and 2nd for blocks. At a time when Arsenal are consistently accused of being too soft, Tierney's no-nonsense, short-sleeve, full-throttle approach is warmly appreciated by the Gunners faithful. If he can be persuaded to stick around for the duration of his contract, which still has 5 years left to run, legend status could well await. 9. Franck Kessié. A club renowned for their smart business and ability to turn previously unheralded players into elite attacking ballers, Atalanta's decision to offload Franck Kessié will go down as one of their biggest errors. Signed by the club from Steyr in the Ivory Coast in 2014, he spent the 2015-16 on loan at Serie B side Cesna, before returning the following year to make 30 appearances for Ledea as they finished 4th, their best placing up to that point in their history. But it was then that Gasperini made the inexplicable decision to send Kessié on a 2-year loan spell to Milan. 30 goals and 15 assists have followed in 184 games, helping re-establish the Rossoneri as one of Serie A's most preeminent clubs. His consistency has been remarkable, with his tackles and interceptions never dropping below 2 per 90 and his dribbles 1.2. With Ibra missing 24 games last season with injury, Kessié took on the role of talisman, scoring 13 goals, 11 of which were from the spot. A fan favourite at the moment, Kessié's indecision over whether he's going to sign a new deal with his current one expiring next summer could mean his status is short-lived. 8. Patrick Bamford. At one stage, it seemed unlikely that Patrick Bamford would become a club legend anywhere. Signed by Chelsea from boyhood club Nottingham Forest for €1.8 million in January 2012, the now 28-year-old never made an appearance for the Blues and instead was sent on 6 different loan spells to clubs including MK Dons, Derby County and Burnley. Bought by Middlesbrough in January 2017 in a deal that made the typically savvy Blues €4.6 million, Bamford initially struggled, only netting 1 goal in 8 games across the end of the 17-18 season. But 11 strikes in 39 championship games the following campaign persuaded Leeds to sign him for €8.3 million. Their faith has been more than rewarded. 26 goals across his first 2 seasons saw Bielsa's men promoted back to the Premier League, and the doubters instantly circled. How would a striker only scored 1 goal in his previous 27 top-flight games react? As it turns out, brilliantly. Bamford scored 17 league goals, more than everyone in the division bar Kane, Salah and Bruno. Adored by his manager and recently capped by his country, Bamford is quickly moving towards club legend status. 7. Jan Oblak. Entering his 8th year at Atletico Madrid, Oblak has arguably been Los Rojiblancos' most reliable performer across his entire stint in the Spanish capital. Signed from Benfica for €16 million in July 2014, a then record for a La Liga goalkeeper, the Slovenian acted as a number 2 to Miguel Angel Moya across much of the first campaign, but has been an almost ever-present since, missing just 10 league games across the last 6 seasons. A Champions League runner-up in 2016, Oblak only had a solitary Europa League in his cabinet entering the 2020-2021 campaign, but was absolutely essential to securing the club's 11th league title. One of just 3 players alongside Courtois and Ramiro to play every single minute, the 39-capped Slovenian international kept 18 clean sheets in 38 matches and was named La Liga Player of the Season. And it's no surprise really, he saved 2 of his 4 penalties faced, 80% of all shots for the 5th time in 6 seasons, and he prevented 9.8 expected goals, by far the best record in Europe. Across the last 4 completed seasons, Oblak has prevented 33.6 expected goals. For context, Liverpool's Alisson has prevented 23. In terms of a shot stopper, he's completely unrivaled. 6. Phil Foden. Having already made 124 appearances for Man City at the age of 21, 11th in City's squad, it feels inevitable that by the time Phil Foden leaves the club or retires, he'll be held in the same regard as the likes of Silva, Company and Aguero. Patient enough to bide his time despite Everton and Spurs offering loan moves in the last 3 years, Foden was rewarded in 2020-2021 with 50 appearances for the club, a figure only topped by Rodri. He used those minutes to devastating effect, with his 16 goals and 10 assists just 2 goal contributions fewer than PFA Player of the Year winner Kevin De Bruyne. His stats were exceptional, with his 3.6 shot creating actions leading to a combined expected goals and assist ratio of 0.61. That's just 0.07 less than Harry Kane managed in 16-17, as he scored 25 league goals and won the Golden Boot. With an insane ability to keep hold of the ball in tight spaces and a work rate that saw him complete 17 pressures per 90 last term, the most in the City squad, it's no surprise that Man City's fanbase are completely obsessed with him already. 5. Pedri. We all know what a brutal summer it's been for Barcelona. Colossal debts have wreaked havoc on their squad, forcing the unthinkable when Lionel Messi left for PSG. But it's not all doom and gloom, as in Pedri the Camp Nou have a blossoming new talisman. Despite only being 18, the young midfielder exhibits the confidence and maturity of someone well beyond his years. The fact he's played a staggering 98 times for club and country since last September has certainly helped, featuring at both the Olympics and the Euros in this summer. Spanish head coach Luis Enrique described Pedri's performances at the Euros as away from all logic, even claiming the former Las Palmas starlet had outshone Iniesta by his age. And his efforts for Barcelona have produced similar adulation. A tireless engine in midfield, he led his side for successful pressures last term, coupled with 3.1 tackles and interceptions plus 2.9 shot creating actions per 90. It's no surprise Barca are expected to score an additional 34 times with the young maestro on the field. Pedri is on a one-way path to stardom. Barcelona must do absolutely everything in their power to keep him on that path. 4. Joshua Kimmich. In 2019, former Bayern Munich coach Hansi Flick moved Joshua Kimmich from right back into central midfield. The result is over 2 years later, and the German is considered among the very best players in the world in that position. Kimmich is a perfect example of progressive excellence, regularly featuring in the Bundesliga's top percentile for passes and carries into the final third. Such is his quality that between 2018 and 2020, he touched the ball more often and successfully found his pass target more times than anyone else in the German top flight. Never too far from the starting lineup since signing from RB Leipzig in 2015, he has only failed to appear less than 40 times in a campaign twice, and has developed a formidable partnership with Leon Goretzka for club and country. The 26-year-old's relationship with Bayern is also a refreshing affair. Back in August, Kimmich extended his stay with the Bavarians until 2025, a deal negotiated by himself as he doesn't have an agent. The 6-times Bundesliga winner held the happiness of his family in Munich and his room for improvement as his reasons for staying, describing his piece at the Allianz as a luxury few footballers in the world ever discover. 3. Alessandro Bastoni. Italian football knows a thing or two about producing legendary defenders, no more so in Milan, where Paolo Maldini and Franco Baresi have gained a heroic status with AC, and Giuseppe Bergomi and Javier Zanetti achieving the same with Inter. It's very early days, but we wouldn't put it past Alessandro Bastoni to join that illustrious list. The young centre-half was an instant hit with the Nerazzurri after joining from Atalanta 2 seasons ago, immediately ousting the experienced Diego Godin to thrive next to Milan Skriniar and Stefan de Vrij. Last summer, both Skriniar and de Vrij outperformed his 6.7 defensive actions per game, but where Bastoni trumped both was his progressive carries, posting 6.6 per 90. Just Sassuolo's perfectly named Gianmarco Ferrari proved more efficient at driving forward from centre-half. See what we did there? While Bastoni played an important role in linking the defence and midfield. Still only 22, the Italian international is perfectly set to achieve greatness with the club he supported his entire life. And once Chiellini and Bonucci finally fade from the national side too, expect Bastoni to accomplish a similar feat with the Azzurri too. 2. Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford might still have a lot to achieve on the pitch, but his tireless humanitarian efforts off it have already secured him legendary status. At just 23, Rashford has successfully led campaigns to combat child food poverty and tackled issues of racism, homelessness and child literacy issues. In November 2020, the British government agreed to provide an additional £400 million in support for poorer families as a result of Rashford's efforts. As a result, he's been appointed as a member of the Order of the British Empire, had discussions with President Obama, and become the first recipient of the FIFA Foundation Award, and his philanthropic work has only just begun. For Manchester United though, Marcus Rashford has continued to grow in stature. Now with 88 goals in over 270 appearances to his name, the Manchester local has broken the 20-goal barrier in all competitions in his previous 2 campaigns. He's also into double figures for England, quickly approaching 50 caps for his country. With so many years to improve, this favourite of Old Trafford has plenty more history to make. Number 1. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool have enjoyed a semi-productive summer, handing out plenty of contract extensions to the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson and Fabinho. But perhaps their most important piece of business was locking down the future of their right-back sensation, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Part of the Liverpool youth system since the age of 6, Alexander-Arnold was touted for a big future by Steven Gerrard's 2016 autobiography. Sure enough, 5 years later, he's appeared over 180 times for the Reds, capturing the Premier League and Champions League title en route, all before his 23rd birthday. Despite being primarily a defender, his excellent attacking threat has delivered 32 league assists in the past 3 seasons alone. Since the start of 2019, he's ranked first in the entire division for crosses and passes into the penalty area, while this season has already delivered an unbeaten 15 key passes at the time of recording. After a relatively difficult 2021, Trent is back to his imperious best. Now on the books at Liverpool until 2025, the 14-capped England star is going nowhere fast. A red through and through, supporters at the Kop end will certainly hope he's going to go on to become a legend. So that was our list of 10 players destined to become club legends part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, go and do so now and let us know in the comments below who is going to become a legend at your club. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you later.